Namaste. Okay, we'll start in a couple of minutes. While we wait, I guess bring your attention to your breathing. Close your eyes gently. Put your hands on the knees. If you want to face them upward or downward. Close your eyes. Look inwards and listen inwards. And find yourself here and now. Focus your complete attention on the breathing. And if you can constrict your epiglottis in the throat, you'll probably hear yourself breathing like the ocean sound. I call it the harder breathing. So you're creating friction in your throat. Just like making the sound. And then when you breathe in, now close your mouth and do the same sound in your throat. This will bring your attention to your breath. Mindful breathing. We'll start with 3 Omkaras now. So Omkar really doesn't have a meaning. It's just a sound. It creates certain vibration frequencies along your spine, into your abdomen, into your chest, into your throat, into your cranial region. And it generally calms you down. So you can start with the sound ah, like the sound will reverberate in your belly. You start at the base of the navel, basically. And then when you start closing your mouth, that ah will become ooh. And then when you completely close your mouth, that same ah will become ma. And observe that. See if we can do it. We don't have to do anything, just basically just observe from within. So sit in Chin Mudra, put your index finger to your thumb, put it on your knees, and take a deep breath in Ujjayi. Ujjayi is that ocean breathe. Breathe in deep. Am. Sarvepi sukhina santu. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kashid dukhamapnuya. So the Rishi is saying this prayer. May all be happy. May all be free from diseases. May boons be showered on all. Let none meet any miseries. And the second one is between the practitioner and somebody who is guiding the practitioner. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And it says that basically, Lord protect us, both the teacher and the student, or the instructor and the follower. Nurture both of us. May we be strong together. May what we study be invigorating. And maybe never bear hatred towards each other. And may there be peace. We say peace 3 times. There's a reason for that. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We never give a thought about that, but why do we say it 3 times? One is for the internal Shanti, the other one is surrounding, and the third one is for the entire cosmos. So that's why we are praying here, saying that may there be peace everywhere. Okay, so having said that, I think we'll start with Pran Akarshan Kriya. That means we are attracting life force. It's a kind of a Kriya, it's a breathing technique. So let's sit in Vajrasana. So Vajrasana is basically you fold your legs back if you can. And if you can see how I'm sitting, and put 4 fingers distance between the 2 knees. And at the back, you're basically sitting between the 2 heels. And it's a relaxing position. It's a meditative pose. And it activates your certain energy channels along your spine. One of them is the Vajranadi, and it's called the Vajrasana. Okay. So what are we doing in Pranakarsan Kriya? It's a very simple breathing technique, but it has tremendous effects along your spine, along your psyche. So you close your eyes, put your hands on the knees, just simple. No need for any mudra or anything, but if you feel comfortable by doing mudra, so be it. You can put it in chin mudra. And close your eyes and bring your complete attention to your breathing. Take a few deep breaths. Press your epiglottis and create friction in your throat. And as you breathe in, you imagine the sound so as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, imagine the sound ma or hum, like you hum. As you do that, as you breathe in, you're going to make the journey from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And as you say hum, you bring that attention from your base of from the crown of your head to your Agnya chakra right here, to your Vishuddhi chakra right there, to your Anahata chakra, and to your Manipura chakra, Swadhisthana, and Muladhara. So it's a complete journey along your spine, and take a short millisecond pauses in these locations as you go up and as you come down. So take a deep breath as you go up. You start your journey from the base of the spine. Okay. So I think this is good enough. We did about 5 rounds of breathing. I think that will settle your mind, settle your body, settle your psychic system, and it will give you invigorating energies throughout the day. So whenever you, through the day, remember the prana karshan kriya when you feel disturbed, it helps with depression quite a bit. So if you ever feel agitated or upset about something, or for whatever reason you're down, your energies are down, just close your eyes and do this psychic breathing for some time, prana karshan kriya, and within minutes you'll feel good. Okay. So today's we're going to cover a few things. I have made some notes, and so we did the prana karshan kriya. We'll do some shoulder exercises, some sukshma vyayama, and then we'll do some yoga mudras, and we'll go into sun salutation after warming up, and we might be doing some standing asanas, some very very basic. So listen, I mean, we are not full-time yogis, we are householders. Okay. So the householder yoga is sort of a modified version of the real hatha yoga or real Ashtanga yoga. I mean, you can take it to the next level if you want, but what we teach here is very very basic. It's not extreme yoga, so just go along the flows, do what you can, and listen to your body, listen inwards what your body is trying to tell you. If you don't feel comfortable, or if you I'll show you some poses where if you want to take it step by step, so that you're not pushed into the final position immediately. The other thing I really recommend is to invest in some props. So the blocks are very very essential to yoga, and we'll study some of these and see how we can use them. And then the other thing I use is a belt. Okay, we'll probably do some asanas where you will probably need a belt. And it's okay if you don't have one right now, it's all right. You can next Sunday, you can bring it with you, and we'll see how we can use that. Okay, so after that, we'll do some Shavasan. And then after that, we'll do some pranayamas and we'll close. Okay, that's the curriculum today. All right, so let's start with shoulder exercise. So we're still sitting in the Vajrasan. So I'm going to turn sideways so that you'll see what exactly I'm doing. So I'm clasping my hands, interlace your fingers, and put them on your tummy. And then with your elbows, hold them tight along your torso. Okay? And then you're just going to move the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. And then we'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is one exercise about shoulders that I highly recommend because it really moves your shoulder blade all the way from the back. The other one is a little more strenuous. So see if you have any frozen shoulders or any kind of shoulder surgeries, try to stay away from this. But to prevent frozen shoulder, this is a great exercise. So you close your thumb, put your, your four fingers, get into this kind of thumbs up mudra. Put it on the right side, right here on your shoulder. And then raise your arm so that your biceps and earlobes are connected, okay? So, and then the other hand is just on your knees, down there, you're in Vajrasana. And then make big circle like this on the horizon. So imagine internally that you're making circles on the horizon out there into the infinity. Okay, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do the left side. Raise your arm, connect to the biceps, to the earlobes, and go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now we're going to do Brahma Mudra. You've seen the image of Brahma, right? So he has 4 faces or 3 faces. And so we're basically going to turn your head from the shoulder upwards to the left and to the right. But there are a few types of these Brahma Mudra. So we'll do the type 1 first. You're going to pull your chin inward, make it tight. Make your neck tight. Now again, if you have any spondylitis, vertigo, any of these problems, stay away from this, okay? So pull your chin inside, make the neck tight, and then gently with friction, move it to the left as far as you can. And then gently move it to the right. Sync with your breathing. So breathe out to the extremes. Breathe in as you come. Okay, that should be good. Now, the type 2 is about loosening the neck. It's not about tightening. So it is a little bit jerky movement. So just be careful. Don't hurt yourself. So you look to the left and then you look to the right. You can sync with your breathing. So that should be good. Now the type 3 is you're going to roll the head along your ball socket joint, okay? And when you're rolling it, you think that this is the ball socket right here. As you roll this neck, you're going to also roll the neck this way. So think that there is a big ball or something here that is rolling this way, but you're also rolling it this way. So while the neck is rolling this way, the ball is rolling this way. So imagine that in your head. That will give you a good stretch. Now, drop your head and press your chin against your chest. Gently. There's no need to apply any force here. Just the gravity will take care of it. And then start rolling. So when you come to the right side, imagine that your earlobes are touching the shoulders. Mine used to touch when I was very younger, but I think over the time you lose that flexibility. So we are trying to gain that flexibility back by doing that. So imagine that for now, it will help you. Okay. So put your tongue to your roof of the mouth and roll. Imagine that your head is a ball and it's rotating along the axis. And then your ball socket joint is rotating as a from the point. Okay, now we go the other way. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Very good. Okay, so now we're done with that. We'll do some hand and wrist exercises. So this is last time we did for the legs, if you remember, two Sundays ago. So we started from the toes and we worked all the way to the head. We're starting with the hands now. So this is good for rheumatoid arthritis or any kind of joint problems, joint pains. We never exercise these hands. So here what we're going to do is we're going to start. So put your hands out and let's see if you can clench your fist real hard and release. Real hard and release. And just do gentle movements of your fingers. And when you do that, open up your complete palm and stretch. So you're stretching your pinky, you're stretching your thumb on the other side, you're stretching these. So you're completely opening up and your skin here should be taut. Okay, there you go. 1. So you hold it like that. And now while it is being stretched, you're going to move to the wrist and you move it down and up, down and up, down, up. You can already start feeling that your upper arms are getting stretched, the forearm, all those tiny muscles inside are being exercised. There you go. Very good. Okay. Now let's go sideways. There you go. Perfect. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. And then we're going to go into circles. So exercise that wrist joint very nicely. And then go the opposite way. Very good. And then go opposite to each other. And reverse it. Okay. Now let's close your fingers in a fist. So close your thumb first, and then your hand like this, and then do it. That will bring different effect. And you'll realize that different parts of your muscles are being stretched. Okay, let's go the opposite way. Okay, now bring your hands to the chest like this, open your fist, and then come to Adi Mudra like that. And then what we're going to do is, here's the same exercise what we did just now, but we're going to go sideways, we're going to go upward, we're going to go backward, and we're going to go forward. So this will stimulate your entire shoulder and hands and everything. Okay, so let's do that. So as you open, you turn, you turn, you turn, and you go out, and you go out. You go out and you get a complete stretch like this. And then you come in again. Okay, very good. So let's do it a little bit faster. And this will stimulate your hands, your joints. Very good. And you can mentally imagine that you're basically throwing out all that negative energy out there and gaining back all the good stuff. Everything. Patience, equanimity, all those good qualities that you need to survive in this world. You're taking that in. You can sync that with your breathing as well. So as you come in, you breathe out. And as you go out, you breathe in. Very good. Okay. Now let's go upward. And get a good stretch. And bring it downward. And then go upward again. And you will realize these are very subtle exercises, but they're very, very powerful. You'll feel the effect throughout the day, basically, because you're exercising these really smaller muscles. And there you go. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to go back and then come up again, and then go back and then come up again. Okay. All right. And then we do forward. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now we're going to do some yoga mudra. So I'm going to move a little bit back so you can see me. Okay, there you go. All right. So in yoga mudra, I'm going to sit sideways. So sit in the Vajrasan position again. So tie your hands at the back. So you can hold it like this. Just grab your right wrist with your left or left with your right, so you can interlace your fingers. It really wouldn't matter right now. Okay, so take a deep breath, close your eyes. Exhale fully. Take a deep breath. And gently start moving forward. Fold from your hips. And exhale. Put your head up. Put your head up. Up, up, up. Don't put your head down yet. And exhale as you go. Synchronize with your movement and exhalation. And when you cannot go any further, then drop your head. And see if you can touch your head to the ground. If you can't do it, it's okay. Take a few normal breaths here. And exhale again here. Raise your head up. Breathe in. And come up. We'll do one more time. Exhale. Breathe in deep. And go down. Breathe out with the ocean breath, with the friction that we did before. And breathe out. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Normal breaths. And exhale again. Breathe in and come up. Okay, very good. Now, we earlier did the shoulder exercise. We clasp our hands. You clasp your hands like this and put them on your tummy. And then hold your wings tight against your body. Sit erect. And exhale. Take a deep breath. And bend forward as you exhale. Now, when you come to a point where you cannot move anymore, release your hands from the, so you drop your wings like this, basically. And that's going to give, through your wrist, a gentle push in your abdomen. It's very, very healthy. It massages all your internal organs and flushes out some toxins. Breathe normally here. And exhale. And breathe in and come up. I hope you all saw what I did. I can't really connect with you on the computer, but clasp your hands tight, spine erect, and then as you go down, you breathe out, go down, breathe out, and then you come to a point where your body doesn't move forward, and then you release your hands. And the moment you release your hands, this wrist is going to push against your internal organs. So let's do it one more time. Exhale. Pull your tummy in and inhale. And go down. Feel that pressure against your tummy with your hands pressing against the organs. And a couple of breaths here. And exhale. Breathe in and come. Now we're going to sit in Namaskar Mudra. So put your hands near Anahat Chakra, which is the heart center. And then as you breathe in, you're going to move your hands upwards. So exhale completely first. Breathe in. And connect your biceps with your earlobes. And at this point, you have fully breathed in. So now we're going to bend forward and exhale. And keep your hands together. Try not to raise your bum. Try to see if you can keep seated as much as possible. And go down as you exhale. Take a few long breaths here. And exhale completely. Breathe in as you come up. Now be careful. When you're going to rise up, make sure your earlobes and hands are, your biceps are still connected and you're not lifting yourself from the back. So this could be a little bit tough on your core muscles, so just be careful. And exhale and come back. And the other one we're going to do is going to inhale and exhale and put your hands, don't let them come off from the wrist, and see how far you can press against the back of your neck and see if you can keep your head straight. Breathe in and come up and breathe out. Breathe in and do the Ujjayi breathing if you can. Very good. Okay, so we're done with that. And now we're going to do some Suryanamaskar. This is sun salutations. So these are rigorous exercises. They will stretch your entire body very well. So as a householder yoga, I really highly recommend doing these every day. You shouldn't leave house before you've done at least 3 to 4 of these every day. Because what this does, it's a complete exercise, and it also channelizes energies at the right locations. It activates all your psychic centers. Knowingly or unknowingly, it is all happening, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'll guide you through this and see if you can follow me and stay close. And we'll take it our own pace, okay? There's no rush. So we still have an hour to do a lot of other stuff. So here we go. So I hope you can see me here. Can you all hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, very good. Okay. So first, we need to warm up a little bit. Okay, we warmed up doing the mudras and all. We did some stretching, but our heart rate is still kind of not there yet to start the Suryanamaskar. So we're going to do some on-the-spot jogging. Okay, so just be careful. What you can do, we'll start with simple exercise of kicking like this. You just kick your hand with your knee, and let's do it alternatively. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now let's do jogging. So this is yogic jogging. It's not the treadmill kind of jogging. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your heel and see if you can hit your butt like this, like that. Okay. So here we go. See if you can skip. Just jump at the same place as though you have a skip rope in your hand. Okay, relax. Close your eyes. Put your toes together, your heels together, and stand like a tree, like a palm tree. Imagine a nice palm tree or a coconut tree by the beach, and observe from inside. Your heart rate is pounding, and observe that your heart rate and your breath rate has gone up. And all of that, your body is completely into a stimulated position right now. So in yoga, we purposely stimulate the body, take it to one extreme, and then we purposely relax it, take it to the other extreme. So you can find throughout the day, you might be oscillating between these two extremes. Sometimes you're excited, sometimes you're calm. And so once we feel comfortable with these two extremities, life becomes comfortable. You're comfortable even in the excited state, physically and mentally. You're calm from within, you're composed, and you're confident, and you don't lose yourself in that. When you get too excited, we kind of lose track of our own stuff, what's going on. We just behave like wild animals sometimes. So by purposely stimulating the body and the mind, you kind of psychologically grow and you kind of accept the fact that it is what it is. You just accept it. And it's very important to have that acceptance because once you know that you can be calm, you can manage yourself internally very well. You'll always stay calm and composed. And even if you have to sort of express your wild nature sometime, you're purposely doing that. You're not being taken over by your psyche, by your subconscious mind. This is how we go deeper through these exercises, mentally and physically, into the subconscious and try to clean up all that mess down there. And you take charge of your life. So even in the midst of super excited, you're completely composed inside, you're fully in control. And that's what this Tadasana does. You can see how the body is swaying. You can notice that at the soles of your feet. And all that swaying is like the winds coming from the ocean and swaying that palm tree. But at the base it is firm. That's what Tadasana does. It roots you firmly into the ground. And then the life happens out there, it sways. But it also is a reflection of the mental fluctuations inside. Okay, so I think we've done with this. We're not going with the normal route of stimulating the entire body to save time because every Sunday I'm going to cover something different. So let's focus on Suryanamaskar. So let's stand at the front of your mat. I would keep about 8 inches distance from the front edge of the mat to your big toe. I will say the sun prayer right here. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapihitam Mukam Tatvam Bhushan Pavrano Satyadharmaya Drishte Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Yeah, and you slide your palms down to your navel. And see the tension building in your forearms. Make sure the heels of your palm are still connected. And you go out and you go over. And here you stretch up first. Stretch yourself nicely. And then just push your hips forward. And let your head fall back. And look at your own thumbs. And connect with your biceps again, with your earlobes. And you fold forward. You're basically hinging from your hips, okay? So you're just basically folding the paper into half. Imagine that. So here we go. We're at the 90 degrees right here. This is called the Samakonasana. And then at this point, the gravity is going to take over. So just succumb to the gravity. Let the body basically fold down as you go, fold down as you go. And observe that the body is basically moving downward and downward, inching into the position. And at some point, it will stop. And you'll see that the hamstrings are fully stretched. You can't go beyond. That's when you spread your hands by the side and put them in line with your big toes. If you were to draw a line from the toe, your middle finger is in line with that. So this is, we're getting into Padahastasana. And then finally you drop your head and look at your knees. Keep your eyes open. And you make your left foot back. Take a good a lunge here, a good stretch. Stretch this back of your hamstring right here and your thigh, your quad is almost in one line. And then you put your knee down and put your palms nicely, firmly grounded on either side of your leg. And you look straight ahead. And you pick a point out there in space. Breathe normally right here. And your focus should be internally between your eyebrows, the Agnya Chakra, the command center. And look straight into the infinity out there. And just look, we're not processing, we're kind of shutting down all that left brain chatter and handing over it to the infinity out there. Just surrender into this moment and take charge. Take a complete stock of your body right there, from the front toe to the back toe, to the tip of the crown of your head, to the toe, your palms. Everything is kind of nicely composed. And you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, in your quad muscles at the back. And observe all that objectively. Observe and look objectively like a camera looks. The camera doesn't register anything, it doesn't label anything, but the eyes are wide open. It is not focusing on anything either until you actually click the button. So internally, just try to see if you can look like a camera out there. And that will bring you to the present moment. And that present moment is the only moment you have. Rest everything is a dream. Gone is gone. Future is not here yet. It's all imagination. So understand your reality right here. And then take your right foot back and spread your palms wide. Distribute all your load evenly on your fingers, on your wrist, on your palm. Get a nice grip into this Dandasana, Dvipada Prasaran. And your body is absolutely straight. This is a core exercise. It really holds great pressure on your tummy. It activates your Agnya chakra. It works on your core, the Manipur chakra. And put your knees down and then come to the earlier mudra that we did, the yoga mudra kind of position. But don't move your hands. Your hands, do not slide them back. So just keep them where they are. Once in Suryanamaskar, once you make a commitment of all these positions, they don't move. So you try to work within that. Okay, so let's put your head down. And then breathe in and come up and go to Ashtanga, which is 8 parts of your body are touching the ground. 8 parts. 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 toes, your chin and your chest. Now you have an option to just put your forehead and chest to the ground, which is really difficult. If you can try it, it's difficult. So this is a better position to me. And then you come up, breathe in, and come to Sarvasan. And this is like the excited snake position. It's called Sarvasan, not Bhujangasana. So in Sarvasan, your knees are not touching the mat. You're looking up. This activates your Swadhisthana in Manipur. And look up. And breathe in and come to Parvatasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We call it here the downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Swan is dog. And looking downward. So this is like a nice dog stretch. See the dog stretching. And the dog can actually get his chin to the mat. Okay, that's how deep this position goes. So if you can touch your head to the mat, that'll be awesome. But if you cannot do that, that's okay. At least see if you can touch your heel to the ground and get that nice stretch in your calf muscle. The calf is your second heart. It's very essential to stretch the calf muscle. It works on your circulatory systems, the lymphatic. And take a deep breath here. We're going to be here for some time, so it's a little difficult, I know. But hang in there. We purposely, like I said, we put ourselves into purposely difficult positions in yoga. And so that actually allows the mind to be more compassionate, and it can survive in the extremities. And so now rise on your toes and push with your hands. Rise on the toes, push with your hand. And then put your heel down, and you will notice that you have come a little closer to the mat. And look at your own navel. Very good. Okay, here we go. Put your knees down again. That feels good, doesn't it? Immediately you get a nice relief. Okay, and then you exhale. So we stimulate and we relax. We stimulate, we relax. And the body and the mind oscillate between these two extremities, two poles. And you come up, breathe in. And now you're going to put your left foot between your two hands, where it was. Okay? And get your nice firm grip with your two palms down. Your shin is perpendicular to the mat, and you look straight ahead into Ananta Samapatti. Ananta means infinity. And you surrender to that infinity right here. Now, when I say you surrender, it sounds like I'm asking you to do something. No, I'm basically saying accept this reality as it is, not as you like it to be, but as it is. Just accept that. And that acceptance is surrendering. And acceptance doesn't read any action. It's not action, it's a complete inaction. Observation is a complete inaction. So in yoga, I try to weave these two polarities of action and inaction. So sometimes you need to act, sometimes you just completely are in inaction. You're alert, you're aware. That awareness never goes away. Okay, here we go. Get back into Padahastasana. Join your palms and bend backward and come down. Okay, so we'll do one more of this real quick. Om Hrim Rave Namaha. So those who are new to this class, these mantras that I'm saying, they are the 12 names of the Surya, the sun. Now why we do Suryanamaskar? Surya is the sun is our grandfather, if you really think about it. Why is it a grandfather? The earth was born from the sun. That's why we spin around it. And we rise from this dirt and we go back to the dirt. So we are the kids of this earth. And therefore the sun is our grandfather. And that's the single most energy source that we have. So much energy. All our lives are dependent on it. Even the stock markets are dependent on the sun, if you can imagine. Those sunspots create havoc every 11 years. And the markets go up and down. So it is subtly connected, but grossly connected as well. All right, so down to your navel and out and go back and go down. So last time we took the left foot back. We're going to take the right foot back this time. Settle here. Be comfortable in the most awkward positions. That's the goal, mentally. It's like, just during the COVID times, we are back to the basics. And people get restless, people get uncomfortable, they just don't know what to do. And if you get comfortable here in these awkward positions, you can handle situations in life better. All right, let's do that. Put your right foot back and look straight ahead. And remember what I said earlier, basically looking. Now here, if you want to deepen this position a little bit, you push your hips into the position like that. Push it, but keep your shin straight. Don't let your knee go beyond your ankle. That's the adjustment. And then put your hands down and now look up instead of looking straight ahead. Look at about 45 degrees up, and you realize by looking up, you're pushing your hips deeper into the position. And accept the fact as it is, not as you would like to be, not as you would like to see it. We're always trying to become something in life, becoming. And we forget that we are human beings. That whole beingness is gone. We're into this becoming mode all the time. And here we go. Come to Dandasana. And the whole stress in life is all about becoming. The moment you try to become something other than what you are, other than what the nature has made you, the stress begins right there. You created a divide between what is and what is not. So remember that when there is this conflict between what is and what is not, you will always be in stress. Recognize this fact of life and see if we can learn to accept what is. Here we go. We come to Ashtanga, breathe out and focus your energies on the navel, the Manipur chakra. And see if you can breathe in from there. Imagine you're breathing from your navel in and let it go. Breathe in from the navel, let it go. And let go. It seems like it's another action, but it's not. It's just about accepting the fact. There you go. And come to Parvatasana. And see if you want to walk your feet and get that extra stretch. Put your weight of the other foot on your calf muscle so you get a nice stretch. And here's another trick I have learned over the time. You grab your mat, you hold it tight, grab your mat, hold it tight, and push that mat away. Tear it off. Let's see if you can tear it. Push, tear. And that will allow you to go deeper. And look at your navel. Okay, very good. And relax. Stimulate and relax. Stimulate and relax. And breathe in and come up and put your right foot up. And bring your attention back to your breathing. Back to what is. And recognize your own reality. Everybody's reality is different. While the truth is same, but the realities are different. So recognize your reality, the limitations of the body, whatever it is. Accept that, and then move forward into Padhastasana. Join your palms, and breathe in and come up. And come down. There you go. All right, we got another 5 minutes on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate number 5 and number 9 out of this. Okay, so now the 12-step Suryanamaskar is going to become 10 steps. It is a little bit difficult, but see what you can do, okay? So don't be, like I said, accept the fact, accept your own reality, and you'll be fine. All right, here we go. So, Om Rum Suryaya Namaha. Slide your palms down, out, and over. And these few steps are the same. There's no difference right here. You just come down to Padhastasana. And then from here, you go into Ashvasan Chalanasana, which is what we've been doing. And come to Dandasana, Dvipada Prasarana. Now here is where it gets tricky. We are eliminating the 5th position, and we are going to go straight down from here, slowly going down. No jerky movements, okay? So put your chin down first, then your chest, and then your knees. So chin down first, then your chest, and then your knees. That's the sequence. And come up to Sarvasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now, since we have eliminated the 9th position, we're going to straight put our leg up between the 2 hands. It could be a little bit challenging. So if you want to transition it, if you want to put it down and then put your left up, that's fine too. But if you can get straight up, Ashwa Sanchalan. Ashwa is horse, Sanchalan is Niyantran. You're trying to control the horse. And there's a reason why these animals and all of these names have come up. Mainly because Ashwa Sanchalan, here the horse is that wild horse. That wild horse is the mind. That mind is what we're trying to rein, trying to control that. Now, this is a little bit tricky because who's controlling it? So there is no effort in controlling. Because the moment you try to control, that means the other half of the mind controls the other half of the mind. It's like, sounds like a parliamentary system. Majority will win, that's it, but for some time. And once the mind changes, that flops on you, then the other side wins. So you never win. You'll never get over it, right? So how do you control the mind then? You control the mind only by observation. Pure observation. So when you observe, that the light of observation changes what is. And it's scientifically proven now. That when a scientist observes, experiments have been made for that, observation changes the reality at the subatomic particle level. And that's what we're doing here. We're working at the subtlest level inside. The corporeal structure of the mind and the body are constantly going back and forth, back and forth. And we take charge of that by observation. Okay, so the right foot goes down and look up. And Dandasana. And then the chin goes down, chin, chest, and the knee. And observe internally at the subtlest level how the mind and body, or the body is being dragged, is following what the mind is telling it to do, and you are the silent observer inside. And then put your right foot out, and then left foot up, and perfect. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay. I think we're good here for now. We will do a few asanas. Some standing asanas, if I can tell you to do, then that'll be easier. The standing asanas sort of precede the sitting positions. So what happens is you're using your gravity pretty well in the standing positions, okay? And in the sitting, what happens is you're trying to push using your own back, and it becomes really difficult. You can pull your back. So let's stand in Tadasana again. And put your hands here. And now the body is nicely stimulated. And that stimulation has plateaued. And once you're in that plateau, you're in that zone of yoga, where the heart rate is according to your age. You're in that heart rate zone. And you're ready to push the body a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to jump and spread. And how much you want to spread? Like this. If I take a belt and I hold it in my hand, okay? That belt is perfectly lined up with your toes out there. That's how much you want to spread. That's the perfect way of seeing how much is appropriate for your body. Okay, so now we are going to go to Virabhadrasana series. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. All right. So while you're here, take your right foot out. So turn your right foot sideways. So your toes are pointing that way. And your back foot is firmly grounded into the back. So the back knife edge of your foot is against the mat, firmly grounded. Okay. Now get a good stretch right here. And see if you can sink down. Now, make sure your kneecap doesn't go beyond your ankle. Okay, you don't want that thing to go like this. You want to keep it 90 degrees to the mat. And if you cannot do that, you can even stretch further out at the back leg. And then with your left hand, pull yourself backward. And then with your right foot, go down. And pull your left hand back. So your torso is perpendicular to the mat. And once you're in this position, see if you can keep your thigh parallel to the ground. Okay? Now, while you're doing that, observe your kneecap. If your kneecap goes either sideways, no good. So your kneecap is in the center of that foot down there. All right? So these are the alignments you want to remember in Virabhadrasana. Okay, so once you're here, you push, push, go down, raise your hands and pull yourself back, and then look straight ahead of you. Nice. And come up. And then let's do the other side. So same, remember the instructions. Your back leg is firm grounded. Your front leg is nice. When you move your knee up like this, make sure your kneecap is centered on your foot down there. And the kneecap doesn't go beyond your ankle. Okay? So there you go. And then with your right hand, pull yourself back. And then look up, straight ahead, over your middle finger. Virabhadrasana. So Daksha was the king who had a yajna. And he did not invite Shiva and Parvati. And her name was Sati, Shiva's wife. And Sati was upset about it. And she went to the yajna for the feast and all of that. Regardless, she invited herself. And Daksha was really sarcastically mad at her. She was like, "You were not even invited. Why are you here?" So she was completely humiliated. And in that humiliation, she jumped into that fire and burned herself. So that's the story of Virabhadra. So Shiva got really mad, and Shiva pulled a hair from his matlock and threw it on the ground. And Virabhadra was born. And then the Virabhadra went with his entire army and destroyed Daksha. So that's why this asana is called Virabhadrasana. Okay, so that's the Virabhadrasana 2 we did. Now we will do 1. I know we're going backwards, but it's okay. All right, so you're in the same position. In this time now, you're going to twist your hips and make them perpendicular this way and perpendicular to your leg. Spread your fingers, your toes down there. Spread them. Get a nice grip onto the mat. And then we're going to sink down just like we did in Virabhadrasana 2. Sink, 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 sink. See how much you can sink. And then join your palms and come up. And connect your earlobes with your biceps and look up. Virabhadrasana 1. And see if you can go back and surrender the warrior right here. Virabhadrasana bows down to Shiva. And he's victorious. And he's victorious. And come back. And then you come down the other side. And you join your palms. You sink first. Join your palms. And come up. Very nice. Okay, and then see if you can go back. Put your entire weight. This can be taxing on your knee. Just be careful. And go up again. Very nice. All right. So that's that. Now we come to Virabhadrasana 3. So stand at the base of your mat, join your palms, inhale and come up, stretch, get a nice connection between your biceps and earlobes, and take your right foot out and see if you can bend and raise your left leg at the same time. Bend, focus on one point. This is a one-pointed exercise, balancing asana. This is great for the runners. Stay, you should form a nice T right here. And come up. Come back. There you go. Now we do the other side. Left leg out. And then bend. And raise your right leg at the back. And see if you can get your body, leg, hands, everything in straight line. Lock your knee on the left foot. And breathe in and come up and come back. There you go. So we did some standing asanas. Now we're going to do another asana called Sarvanga Purnasana. Okay. You may have done this before. So in Sarvanga Purnasana, we come back to the same Michelangelo pose and get a nice, really spread wide and get a nice firm base. Move your right foot out. And then the back foot, you can move it, turn it to about 45 to 60 degrees this way. So you turn it like this. Okay? And then with your hips, get a nice angle right here. Adjust your back foot until you get your hips perpendicular. Go to Virabhadrasana kind of position right here. Stretch yourself up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Take a deep breath right here. And bend forward. Exhale as you go down. Stay right here. Be comfortable. Get your balance. And see if you can grab your front toe. And see if you can rest your forehead on the knee. That's the final position, if you can get there. If you don't get there, it's okay. Accept the reality, like we mentioned. So now bend your knee a little bit, come up, and come to this position again. We do the left side. Get a nice base at the back, your back foot. You twist make sure your hips are nicely twisted. And you're following this leg down there, hands up. Take a deep breath. And fold from the hips only, not from your waist. Go down, go down. And keep your back straight at the same time. Make sure your back leg is firmly grounded. And tuck your head inside the biceps. Sarvanga Purnasana. It's a fantastic exercise. It stretches your entire body. And then you can convert this into a triangle pose if you like. So you put your hand here and then get a nice twist. Trikonasana. Stack your hands. The way to know whether your hands are stacked, you can use a belt just to see. Hold your belt and see if you're stacked up. You can even hold it. And come up. Okay, we didn't do the triangle pose on the other side, so let's balance it out. So let's go the triangle pose. Now to get into triangle pose, there are a few things that you should remember. One is if I drew a line from the back of your heel, it should meet the arch of the back foot. Okay, that's the alignment. All right. Now, you go into this position, make sure your hands are straight, and then you go out as though somebody is pulling your right hand. You go out. Pull your right hand. Pull, 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 pull. And once your body, this body is straight in line with that other leg at the back, you bend. And see if you can bend. And look up. And come up. Nice. Okay. So I think we have 15 minutes. We can do some quick relaxation right here and then do some pranayam. So lie down. Let's relax. We've stimulated the body enough. And we need to bring it to homeostasis. Okay. So lie down. Lie into Shavasana. So after stimulating the body, we need to bring it back. All of that heart rate needs to come to normal, come to homeostasis. And remember, you don't want to do pranayama until the entire body is relaxed. Now take a few deep breaths right here and blow the candle with the center of your lips. Blow the candle from the center of your lips, but let's not try to extinguish that candle. Just blow, gently blow, and this will relax your heart. Your breathing will come down, your heart rate will come down. And accept this reality as well. The body was stimulated, and now it is relaxing. Just observe all that. What I'm trying to do through these exercises and through these commentaries at the back is I'm trying to basically bring that awareness factor into the yoga, which has gone astray. That awareness is out there like that lost lamb. And the shepherd runs around that ram, grabs it, and puts that lamb on the shoulder and brings that awareness back home. And the shepherd is happy, the lamb is happy to be united again with the mom, with the parents. And that's the whole idea of doing this yoga. We lose this awareness, and what happens, to be honest, our sense of existence is born out of the intellect and the awareness that we have as humans, as above the animals. The animals are unself-conscious, and humans are self-conscious. That's the difference. And because of this self-consciousness, the awareness arises saying that you are separate from the mat you're lying on. You're separate from all those animals, those trees. You're separate from everything else. And that creates a rift in the consciousness. And to bridge that rift, which is deep seated in the psyche, we are running in this life like crazy. We run after things, we run after everything that we see that will probably fulfill and rift that rift, and it never happens, unfortunately. All life long, we just run around, try to bridge that gap, and it never happens. And that creates stress, it creates that separation anxiety within. And that separation anxiety makes us do things in life. All the good stuff and the bad stuff, everything springs from that separation anxiety within. So the sooner we recognize, the better it is. Pratah smarami hridhi samsvaratmatvam Satchit Sukham Paramahansa Gatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptamavaiti Nityam Tad Brahmanishkalamaham Achabhuta Sangaha Pratar Bhajami Manasah Vachasamagамyam Vacho Vibhanti Nikhila Yadanugrahena Yanneti Neti Vachanair Nigama Vocham Standeva Deva Majamachyutamahuradhram Pratar Namami Tamasah Paramarkavarnam Purnam Sanatanapadam Purushotamakyam Yasmin Nidam Jagadasheshamasheshamurta Rajvam Bhujangam Iva Pratibhasitam Vai Rajvam Bhujangam Iva Pratibhasitam Vai Rajvam Bhujangam Iva Pratibhasitam Vai. So Rajvam Bhujangam Iva Pratibhasitam Vai. That's what Adi Shankaracharya is saying. Rajju is basically the rope. Bhujanga is the snake. So we take this reality and we impose our snake on it, meaning we see the snake in the rope. There is no snake there, it's just a rope. But the mind projects what it wants to see on the reality. Reality is neutral. On that neutral reality, just like in the cinema, on the screen, we project the images and we get carried away. Same thing happens inside all the time. We imagine things, we project things onto the reality. And we're fooled. And that's the Maya. That's the Prakriti and the Purusha game. And the sooner we wake up to that, the better it is. We take charge, we can take charge of our life. Okay, we've come back to homeostasis. Put your left hand out, up, connect with your bicep again at the upper side, and gently turn to the left. Put your right hand by the chest and look down and push with your right hand and make sure that the head is the last thing that comes up. Come to a seated position. Okay, so last time we did the Kapalabhati, we did, I don't know, I forgot what all we did, but today we'll do quickly. The summer is setting, it's getting hot, so let's do some Sitali and Sitakari breathing exercises. Again, this is still not pranayama. I think a few weeks down the road, I will introduce pranayama formally when we'll start holding the breath. So right now, there are still a lot many new people joining to this class, so I would refrain from holding the breath. Okay, put your right foot on your left and see if you can put your left knee, left heel to your perineum inside. Okay, and you sit on it. Put some gentle pressure. So we'll do Sitali Pranayam. So again, I'm calling it pranayam just because everybody understands that name, but we're really not doing pranayamas. So sit in Chin Mudra. Take a deep breath and exhale with Ujjayi. Okay. So now what you're going to do is in the Sitali breathing, you're going to suck air from your mouth, but over your tongue. So it's a cooling breath. So all that cooling breath that will go in will settle in your lungs and in the region here. It will give you nice cooling breath right here. So you, if you can actually roll your tongue this way, it's a genetic thing that some people are able to do it, some people cannot do it. So you make a like a little kind of a straw out of your tongue. So if you can do that, I cannot do it. So what I do is I fold my tongue backward and I breathe from the side. Okay, so push your tip of the tongue to the inside of your upper teeth. So it will fold backward and then you suck air from the side. Okay, here we go. Exhale. And let it go. The other way you can do it, if you can fold your tongue that way, like make a nice taco of the tongue. And you release the air very gently, very controlled way. There is no rush in that, okay? So typically you want to keep the 1:2 proportion. So if you breathe in 4 counts, then you want to breathe out 8 counts, okay? So that's a good way to do these things without holding, okay? So now we're going to do Shitakari Pranayam. The Shitakari means you're breathing through your teeth. It's called the smiling breath also. Like you put a nice grin on your face, like this, and then breathe in through your teeth, through the gaps of your teeth. Here we go. Exhale fully. One more time. Very good. So now we're going to do Brahmari Omkar. So it's a version of Omkar. Basically, U, and Ma, that the last Ma sound, we're converting that into a N sound, like a Nakar, like a Nirvana. So that N. So you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and becomes N. If you say N, your tongue normally goes up there. So it's also called Brahmari Pranayam by some. We call it the Brahmari Omkar. Okay, so what you're doing, and we're not doing the Shankmukhi Mudra here. So that will become a complete Brahmari Pranayam. So Shankmukhi Mudra is typically closing your ears, closing your eyes, and putting your index finger on the eyebrows like this, and completely going inwards. We will do that next round on Sunday, next week. Okay. Right now, we're just going to breathe in with Ujjayi. So you do the breathing friction right there. You breathe in full, and Brahmari releases dopamine in your head. So Brahmari is like a sort of an index. Okay, it also shows how healthy your lungs are. So the longer you can exhale and make this sound, the longer you take, the healthier your lungs are. It's a clear indication of your healthiness of your lungs. Okay, so that's very important. So try to elongate your Brahmari as much as you can. Now there is some people do it like a Brahmar, some people do it like a Brahmari. So recognize the difference. Brahmar is a bumblebee that has a deep sound like that, and some people do it like a bee, like the honeybee. So we are doing the honeybee sound. Okay, so let's do that. Take a deep breath, sit in Chin Mudra. Exhale fully and breathe in through Jai. Take a few normal breaths. So it's 8:30. We close with the prayer. Join your palms at the heart center. Keep your back straight. Keep your back and neck aligned. Relax your shoulders. Relax your knees, your hip joints. And we come back to where we started the journey today, this morning, in the seated position, observing the breath. And we started with three Omkaras, so we'll end with three Omkaras and a prayer. Take a deep breath. You can take the Ujjayi breath in again. We express gratitude to Sage Patanjali who compiled and systematized the Ashtanga Yoga into Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram shankha chakra siddharinam sahasrara shirasam shvetam pranamami patanjalim hari om. Rub your palms and put the soft part of your hands on your eyelids and look deep down in there. You will probably find that same infinity that you looked into Ashvasanchalam. There is space inside as infinite as outside. And thank you for attending my class today. I really appreciate you all joining and taking the time away from the family on Sunday morning. I know how hard it is to get up really early. Hello, Dhanashri. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, some people they're joining from all over the place. I have some from India, some from West Coast, East Coast. Welcome, everybody. Very nice.
Thank you so much, Amit ji.
Thank you,
You're
Amit.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
keep
you.
your practice. Keep your practice. Do it every day.
Thank you so much, Amit ji.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever you can do every day, that will help. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank you.
Prajakta.
Thanks you.
Thanks.
Thanks you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasudha ji, for joining from Bangalore. Fantastic. Look at that. Sandeep from Columbus, Ohio. Who all I know. Puneet from Chicago. Wow. Oh my God. Mayur from here. Nice. Very nice. Good to see you all. Let's see you on next Sunday again.
Thank you,
Keep
Amit.
practicing.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep
Thank you.
practicing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye, Amir.
Yeah. You can ask me any questions next time if you have any confusions or you need any clarifications on something. You're more than welcome. And we have Madhuri Tai Bapat from Arizona. I forget Thatcher from Thatcher, Arizona. There you go. Very nice. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.